Hey y'all, it's Jasbel, and I'm just doing a really super quick tutorial on how to use the layout editor to pack a whole bunch of items into the moving crate really fast. So say you're about to build a house and you know you're going to use a lot of benches and sumac tiles. I don't know why you would use a lot of benches and sumac tiles. Maybe it's for stairs. Anyways, so you have all of these items in your inventory, and the thought of going through and clicking each item in your inventory and then placing it onto the ground and then packing it into the moving crate is making you cry a little bit inside. Good news is you don't have to do all that. First thing you're going to do is take one of your items, in this case the bench of the befallen, drag it to your hotbar. Make sure it is a key with a key binding. So in this case, this is my 1 key. So normally on my combat bar, as you can see, this would be a combat move. But on my craft or my decorating bar, that is the button I use to place items. So it's on my 1. First thing I'm going to do after I do that step is to click my without macro. If you don't know the macros that I use, they are with, without, and working. In this case, it is the with macro is, as you can see, /save _ layout with. Without is /save _ layout without, and working is /load _ layout working. So, with all that said, if we're going to take a small walk over here to the north, anyway, so we have those macros, and we are going to hit the without macro. Now, as I like to think of it, the without macro is the macro you use when the layout or house is without the items you want to work with in it. So we're going to click that. Yay, layout saved. And now we're going to start clicking that hotkey, which for me is 1, and for you is whatever it is that you've chosen, and we will start placing them. So click hotkey, place. Ugh. So I'm in a bad position because I can't just click and place. That's a bad position too. So for very nice items, they just let you stack it straight up in the air. This one, for some reason, is not wanting to let me do that. Let me try from this angle. Nope, same problem. So some items, oh, that one let me stack, but that one won't. Okay. Some items are more friendly towards being stacked than others. This one just happens to be one of those items that, unless you're in the perfect location to do it, it will not let you easily place. Ah, there we go. So now I don't have to move my mouse at all. I can just keep hitting my hotkey and then clicking my mouse button and stacking. Yay. So I have 40 of these benches because I'm using them for another tutorial. So this is going to take a little bit, but it is something that is very useful to, in fact, watching this tutorial is probably going to take you longer than it would take you to actually do this in the game. So yeah, doing this as quickly as I can. I'm just limited by my ping and by how quickly the game registers that the item has been placed, which sometimes is not quickly enough, unfortunately. I really prefer the dungeons where you can just use the toolbox to it. Okay, so that's all of my benches. Now I'm going to take my plain sumac tiles, drop them on the same hotkey, and once again we're going to do the click and place. Click and place, click and place, click and place. I love tiles because they stack so nicely. And And that is everything that we are going to put into the house at the moment. So as you can see, there are 40 weirdly stacked benches right here, and a small stack of 15 tiles, very neatly placed right here. So now that everything is that we want is within the house, we are going to click the width macro. Within, width, makes sense. Then we're going to go to the layout editor. Brand new instance of the layout editor here. Nothing opened up. We're going to go to File, which unfortunately you cannot see the drop-down menu for that because of how the layout editor is programmed, and also that there's a problem with Open Broadcaster software on laptops. Nothing I can really do to fix that. Anyways, I'm going to go to File, Open. You can't see the word open, but that's not too big of a deal. I think you know how to read the word open. Then you're going to select your with file. That's W-I-T-H, with. Not without, not working, with. And you're going to open it. As you can see up here, it says, see users, public, Sony Online Entertainment, installed games, EverQuest 2, saved house layouts, with. Yep, we opened the with file. Now we're going to go to the diff button. And we are going to select the without file as our file that we're going to use here. As you can see, this whole string right here is the same string as the one that I read out to you just a moment ago, which you can still see on the screen. If you have never used the diff button before, you will have to go to select file, and you can't see the window that pops open, but basically you just navigate to the without file within your EverQuest 2 saved house layouts folder. Okay, so we're all set. We're going to say run. And now we have 75 items here, which happen to be the 75 items I placed in between clicking without and with. So we can see we have 40 Bench of the Befallen and... Wait a sec. Huh, I'm silly. No, it's not 40 Bench of the Befallen. It was 60, because I crafted 30 and they create 2. So all the times I said 40, I lied. I meant 60. 60 Bench of the Befallen and 15 plain schematic tiles. So in order to easily get this into the moving crate, you select all, and you can select all by clicking this blank corner button right here. And then we're going to go to the crate checkbox, the one that says true next to crate, and then we're going to click crate, and it's going to check the crate box for us for all of them. We're going to go down to save group, click save. As you can see, I am saving it as working, so that's my file name there is working. So I'm not replacing the with file, and I'm not replacing the without file. I never want to do that unless I am saving it from within the game. So that's why I always save the file that I'm working with, makes sense, as working. So we can all thank Talk for those names, because he's the one who thought of them. I've gotten used to calling them that over the years, but if I were to rename them, I would probably name them slightly differently. Something a little more descriptive, because I think some people get a little bit confused until I go through the whole with the items in the house and without the items in the house. Okay, anyway, so we saved it as working, and as you can see, there is a macro here that is /load layout working. We're going to click that, and boom! Only the items that we wanted are now in the moving crate. As you can see, I had other benches here, and they are still here, sitting just as I left them. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and happy decorating. Sorry for the cat.